All right, we are live here. You can go ahead and shut off the lights. Again, guys, Eileen, I need you to flip down the lights for me. What? Please. I would also appreciate if you would please come on time. Okay? All right, guys. Again, today's objective is not to figure out what images we're going to use the pen tool for, but today's objective is just to get the feel of how the pen tool is used. All right? Before, the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool automatically give you a selection by just clicking and dragging. Here, what's going to happen is you are going to be creating a series of anchor points that surround what you want to be selected. So, for instance, as you click, you're going to get little squares like this. And as you click around, they will be connected. All right? Those squares are called anchor points. Anchor points are going to have handles. Don't worry about that just yet. We will get to that when we get to the circles. We are going to start off very, very easy with the pen tool. All right? What we're going to go ahead and do is first locate the pen tool, which if you take a look, it is not in the normal selection tools or altering tools. The pen tool is actually right above the text tool. It looks like an old school ink pen. All right, go ahead and click that. Make sure you are on your right layer. All right. I'm going to zoom in to my square because it's or the rectangle because it's going to be the simplest one to draw first. Now, the pen tool is a two-step process. Step one, you need to first draw your anchor points around what you want to select. And step two is to actually make the selection. So I'm going to start in the top leftmost of my rectangle. I'm going to click once. Notice I get a little square there. I'm then going to go down to the bottom left. I'm going to click again. Notice I do. It's very faint. You can see there is a line connecting my two anchor points. I'm going over to the right, clicking again. Notice I'm not clicking and dragging. I'm just clicking on each corner. I now have my four anchor points. Top left, bottom right, top right. However, though, it is good practice to always close your anchor point and or selection. By that, I mean I'm going to end on the anchor point that started it all. So notice as I bring my pen tool over to my first anchor point that I created, if I hover my pen tool over it, I get a little circle in the bottom right of my pen tool. That means you are going to close your selection. So I'm going to go ahead and click it and close. Now, all of my anchor points will turn a solid white. Right now, make sure everybody in your row has this. That means make sure everyone in your row has it by checking them. So are you good? It's loading. It's all right, Peter will be able to help you up. Afalabi, you good? Yes, Jova. What's up? I think that's just white and green underneath it. You see like this one? It's white, but I noticed it's a little bit purple, like the green is there. What? What do you mean you click off? Why are you clicking off? No, did you click here, and then click there? Yeah, so then you stop. So again, step one, you're going to surround your object you want to select. Now, we've got what we want to be selected. Now what we need to do is we need to get those dancing ants. We need to actually make a selection. So you are going to right-click. And you see the fourth option says make a selection. When you click that, this will pop up. Don't worry about this as of right now. All you need to do is click OK when you see this next dialog box pop up. And lo and behold, you now have your selection dancing ants. Well, that's because you're clicking and dragging. Don't click and drag, just click.
Did you click all the
No, you're clicking and dragging.
Click.
Go to the next place where you want to name point, click. Go to the next place where you want to name point, click. Go to the next point, click, and finish it.
Are the ants
Not it. No, listen. Where are your notes at? Oh, you're not taking any, so should I help you? Go to your first anchor point and close it. Right click, make selection. All right, everybody's got dancing ants. This is now just treated as a normal selection. Go ahead and hit Control N. Let's make a new document. Let's choose US piece of paper. And we're just going to take the move tool, so hitting V, transfer that square to that US piece of paper. Uh-oh. Looked like you were clicking and dragging, Eileen. Hit Control D. Remember, Control D is deselect. Click in the corner. We'll grab your pen tool. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Next one. Boom. Make your selection. Nope. You gotta get the dancing ants first. Go to your move tool. Move to the next page. Boom. Done. All right? Simply, yeah? The hardest part a lot of people have with this pen tool is remembering the steps. Go ahead, do for the star and the octagon. Those are a little bit more challenging because there's more anchor points. Again, first outline what you want to select, then make your selection. Remember, Control D is deselect, guys. Octagon and the star. I'm going to try to hurry up and do it to give you guys an example. So again, you always go back to your first anchor point you created, make selection, hit OK, and move it over. We'll do the last one here real quick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. So yours should look like this. Almost looks like you're a little kid's game. You do not want to click and drag. All right, if you do on accident, undo it. Control-Alt-Z. If you want to start over, hit Escape or right-click and hit Delete Path. You got it going now? Yeah. Where's your selection? Oh, yeah, it's an octagon. Say Control D to undo the, I'm sorry, hit Control D to deselect the, what's it called? The selection you had. Very simple. I see a lot of people getting the hang of it. That's good. It is pretty easy, right? I'm going to throw a curveball at you now. Not a hard one. Don't worry, Jose. All right. What do you mean you're stuck? Is it still frozen? Did you ask your partner? Did you ask Migley? Jose, Migley, can you help Jose real quick for me? Andrew, you doing all right up there?
Yeah.
Erica, you doing all right? This is moving a lot smoother than I first anticipated. So we might actually be able to get to what type of images we would use for the pen tool for. Did you ask Noah, your partner? This is your original seat. Over where? So that's your partner. Oh, okay. What's wrong? Because you're hitting Control T for some reason. Hit escape. Where are your notes at? Hit escape. Hit Control T. Now hit escape. Yeah. You got 8 points. All right. Now, if I asked you to do the circle, it ain't impossible. The pen tool is the most accurate selection tool you can have. Oh, you're like, oh man, it's impossible. Try doing the circle. Now, obviously, if I really wanted you guys to select these shapes, what tool would you use? Magic wand, definitely. Very simple. Click it and move it. This is just for you to get to know how to use the pen tool. Thank you, Migley. Man, you are. I like the idea, though. Remember to start over, right click, delete path. Huh? Is it working now? The freezes, guys, I can't do anything about it. I don't have a magic touch for it. I see some people showing one way of doing it. There you go. Greg's got that one way. What's up?
Is this like a dot?
Because he probably right-clicked the thumbnail. Go to Google for me. Go to Google. Yeah, see, he just right-clicked that. There you go, Eileen. That's one way. What'd you do? Just do a whole bunch of dots around it?
Oh my God.
What'd you do? No! Cheater? It ain't gonna help you.
How do you get that flippy?
All right. I see a lot of people doing this, which is fine. Let me show you what a lot of people are doing. Eyes up here. Whoa. A lot of you guys are doing this, which is the most common way to do it, and I can't stand it because it does a lot of jagged edges. A lot of you guys are just making 1,000 points along the outside, right? Which is fine if you're an amateur. Pen tool, it's all about the curve feature of it. So what I want you to do is right-click and delete that path or hit Control-D. I want you to start over. We're going to be able to select this shape in we'll make it 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. We'll do it in quarters. Right-click, Eileen, for me, and hit delete path. There you go. All right, pay attention. This is how the pen tool works. Always, your first point, not always, but for you guys right now, your first point, just click at the top where you're going to start. Just do one anchor point right at the top of it. Now what we're going to go ahead and do, watch me first before you try. I'm going to do it in quarters so you practice with it more. I'm going to make this curve with the pen tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. I'm going to click, hold, and drag down. I'm going to start getting a nice little curve, and I can go right and left. These little extensions that you see off of that anchor point are called handlebars. They adjust your curve. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep dragging and moving until it starts to match up pretty nicely. It's not going to be perfect because of my first click. Right there. And just wait. Just go to the bathroom. Just go. Layla! Now, do not click again. You're going to see what happens if you click again. So to start over. All right, we got this one handle now, an anchor point. If you were to click again, Photoshop automatically adjusts for that curve. So like if I wanted to create a straight line down, so everybody look up on my screen. If I wanted to click down here, notice it automatically adds a curve to it. We want to get rid of that, and this is how you do it. Every time you do a click, hold and drag and create a curve, this is what I want you to do afterwards. I want you to go up to that anchor point you created, hold down Alt, and click that anchor point. One of your handles will disappear. Again, I'll do it. I'm going to hold down Alt, go to that anchor point I just created, and click, and that handlebar is now gone. Now I've got a free drag again. So I'm going to go right underneath here. I'm going to click, hold, and drag, create a new line. I'm going to unclick. Then I'm going to go to my anchor point, hold down Alt, click, and it goes away. Go here, click and drag. Hold down Alt, go to the anchor point I just created, click it. Go to my original one. So everybody's eyes real quick. Pause on what you're doing. Look up on my screen. You need to still end your selection at the first anchor point. But as I click it, I'm still going to hold and drag to get that curve. I'm going to right click, make selection just like before. And now I've got my circle. I'm still learning how to be exactly precise at it. I'm getting better. So don't worry if you're really bad with click, holding, and dragging. It takes time. So undo it. No, not you, it's on her. So make your first point. Go to your second one. Click, hold, and drag. Now match that line up with your circle. Keep going, go right, left until you get it to line up. Go down some, keep going down. Move to the right, there you go. There we go. Now hold down Alt and click your anchor point that is created to get rid of that handle. So you don't have, nope, where's the anchor point you just created? Oh. There you go. Now go down, leave that, don't worry about that. You know, put it right there. You want to just match them up with your curves where you think there would be an anchor point at it. Once you do it, it's as simple as right click and make selection. It's back to normal. Yes. Control Alt Z. What? Yep. Click, hold, and drag still. Just like you're making another one. Yep. Click, hold, and drag. Match it up. There you go. And now it's just like anything else. Right click, make selection, and move it. Greg, what are we doing here? Tristan or Ulysses, help him out, buddy. He's in big need. Eileen, you need help too? Tristan and Ulysses, you got your work cut out for you. Everybody over here get it done? David? That's all right. It's just because of where you originally put your anchor points. Oh, see, what are you this weird shirt you're getting out? Oh, you got to get rid of that anchor, that handle right there. So now hold, go to where you created that anchor point. There you go. Now make it your anchor point so you can drag. So look a lot better. Drag. Line this up with your circle. Keep going. Now bring it down some. Bring it down. Down. There you go. It takes a while to get used to it. You won't master it right away. Remember, the biggest thing, you got to hold down Alt. Bring it back and get rid of that anchor point. Get it? So this pen tool, guys, allows you to select anything of any shade. All right, makes you get as specific as you want. This pen tool, guys, is going to be used when all the other pen tools seem like it's going to be really hard to use. So, for instance, let me get everybody's attention real quick. That magic wand tool is used for what? When do we use the magic wand tool? Andrew, when do we use the magic wand tool?
When there's a background with similar colors.
Background with like one color or many hues of one color, right? Very simple. One click, hit delete, right? Now, the quick selection tool, Gustavo, right? Did I get it right that time? Awesome. Quick selection tool, Gustavo. When do we use the quick selection tool? Yeah, when there's multiple colors and what else? What's that thing that sets that quick selection tool out from the other one? When there's what? Ulysses, you know? Quick selection tool. When do we use the quick selection tool? When there's what? Defined edges. There's multiple colors and there's defined edges, right? This pen tool now is going to be used when all of those things really don't help. All right? So, for instance, let's go back to the internet. And let's type in Alex Morgan soccer. Actually, yeah, Alex Morgan soccer is fine. All right, here, let's go U.S. soccer team. How about that? U.S. soccer team. That'll be a good example. Images. And let's choose this one right here. Is pretty good. It's the third one in. Now, yes, there is the team in focus, right? The team is in focus. There's edges. But now here's the thing where the pen tool is going to come in handy. If you wanted to select just one of them, so you have an image in which nothing really is the focus of the picture, or there's many things in focus, so there's not really those defined edges, but you want to be specific with what you choose, you're going to use the pen tool. So for instance, if I wanted to select just Bradley out, number 4, we're going to use that pen tool to do so. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's view image. Right-click, copy. Let's open it up in Photoshop. Control-V. And now I'm going to click, hold, and drag all the way around. I'm just going to do his head here because this is eventually what we're going to get to. We're going to put Bradley's head on Ibarra's body. Makes you what? Half, only half. Don't get too excited. All right, so I'm just clicking a couple times. I'm click, holding, and dragging around curves. Oh man, it's real bad quality there. I thought this was a big image. Maybe it wasn't. There it is. So now I got Bradley's floating head around there. Again, there's a lot of colors, so the magic wand's not really going to help out. All right, the quick selection tool might bleed out into the lights to the left of number 4's head. Our main goal, guys, our end goal is we're going to be making a collage of other people's bodies with different people's head. We're going to put Stephanie's head on Arnold Schwarzenegger's body from 1970 when he was a bodybuilder. We're going to take Mr. Stanich's face, and we're going to put it on
You don't have
Dora the Explorer's body
Oh, I thought you were going to say
because his beard is so princess-like. All right, so again, this is all just practice right here. Clicking and dragging. Make sure you zoom in. Did you get it ready? We'll stop it. All right, again, the pen tools. When you want something specific.
I love it. No reaction.
I had a couple laughs. Not many. Maybe 1 or 2. I'm okay with that.
I just love how the kids just never